welcome to Conny's in the Mix, Your Health and Your Money. I'm Conny Gyura, your host, and if you cannot hear me anymore, that's because the gardening guys just started to work around my building, and I'm so sorry, so I do my best. Today's topic is motivating kids to be their best. I got motivated to do this topic today because I watched yesterday the Olympics, and there was a special about a Hungarian or Romanian couple, the Karoli training camp couple. The owners were the American gymnasts, the best in the world. You are seeing that probably too. They get their exercises done and they get their motivation from and how they work. They had a 1 hour special on NBC, and I myself got so motivated from this that I really wanted to share something with you. Motivating kids to be their best. It is very important because I have some personal training kids here too in my gym. They are between 8 and 14 years, and I want to share with you what I see there and how I can relate what this Karoli couple, what they were talking about. And I don't want to tell you that you need to have kids who are gold medalists. This is not what we are talking about. But it is important that these kids today, that they have a regiment in which direction they should go. You have to find out as a parent which is their interests beside computer and maybe that could be a part of that too. The computer is nothing bad. It's not, I'm not against it, but you need to find where their strength is lying and then support that. And I was last time in Publix and I heard a mother asking her 5-year-old daughter what the girl would like to eat, and she gave like different varieties of garbage food, and if she wanted to go to McDonald's or if she just wanted to have some drops. How can you as a mother give this option to a 5-year-old child and then bad decisions, bad options? What she wants to eat. Sure, she takes the sugar. Sure, what else should she take? I would have taken the sugar too with 5 years. I remember that. So as a parent, your responsibility is to teach your children with your example what you are eating, and that you are exercising 3 times a week, and that this is normal. This is when they look at you and they think you eat a lot of fruits a day, that is normal, so I need to do that too. They look at you and you are their example. And that's exactly what the Karoli camp is teaching them. There is absolute respect when this couple is coming in to teach. You can feel the respect what these kids have in front of this couple, because they are the best in their field. So, and they said also not every child is made for that camp. Now the thing is, when you are a parent, you cannot just give up your child because this is not the child what you were expecting, and it doesn't look like it's from your gene pool because it looks completely different, or it has a completely different behavior than you have. You know, that's not possible in the trainings camp. That's possible here, it's not. But again, in the trainings camp, they work on the top of the world. But we can take a look at them, how they get there. And for me, you know what was important? For me, it is important that these kids get taught, even though if they will not be gold medalists, because not of these girls who are exercising there at the Karoli trainings camp will be gold medalists. But what they learn for life is to be able to deal with disappointments, and that's a huge thing. It's huge because you need to be able to deal with disappointments in life without cracking, without getting completely depressed, without going down. So this is one of the points parents need to educate their children. If it doesn't happen immediately, that's nothing bad. It's there to learn more, to be more intense. And even though if you do your best, maybe it's still not enough. You need to learn to be able to deal with disappointments. And that is a very bad habit, what I can see here in my gym from parents, and I hear from other friends too. It's not only me here. There are a lot of people, they see the same, that my age of parents between 40 and 50 or between 40 and 55, They don't teach their children to be able to deal with disappointments. You cannot be, there's just place for one top person in every section. And there are hundreds of other children who will never be there. But if they do their best, that's all what's about. You have to do to be your best. And then maybe there is a field where you will be the best in the world. Maybe not. But you did what you can do. And if you are second and third place or fifth place, it's no problem. You did your best. So your ability made you to do the best. But most of the kids give up already after some weeks because they don't feel like putting any energy in. And the parents let them go. And this is not how it goes in school. And this is not how it works in your future job. For sure not, because you can never give up. So the problem is, how do parents today teach their children not to give up, ever to give up? And I cannot see a lot here. I cannot see a lot. What I have to say is the poor kids are really fighting to get into a gym, to get personal training, and I think a lot of personal trainers should support that with maybe coming down with the price or offering something special so they can afford that. The parents are not able to pay for it or just can pay half. We have to think around the box and offer something special so they are able to still make it. So we need to, but you can see in these kids' eyes that they really want to do it. One of my former clients, a girl, 9 years old, her name was Madison. She was from gymnastics. She was here in Broward County, from the Twisters Gymnastics. It's a relatively famous gymnastic camp. And she was very good. She worked 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day. Had to get homeschooled because of that. She went on years and years exercising like that. She came to the gym, she was sick, and I didn't allow to exercise. I, as a trainer, and I'm really into it, I didn't allow to exercise because you have to keep your strength to heal, and you need your immune system. This little girl was standing in front of the door, and she said she wants to, she needs to, because that's her calling. She needs to exercise, sick or not sick. So I explained to her why she cannot work out and why the body has to heal. But her eyes, she was really into it, and it was beautiful to see. Now on Facebook I saw her, she texted me that she is now 16 and she stopped exercising and she didn't went to the Olympic Games because this would have been her games now in Rio. So she stopped with gymnastics because she felt it's too much pressure for her, she cannot take it anymore. Very interesting. But I'm sure what she learned from all these years of hardest exercise is to deal with pressure, to deal with disappointments, and to be ready for life. Even though maybe your kid will not be an Olympian, not be a world champion, that's not what it's about. It's the preparation for future life. To be strong enough to get through all these hurdles without getting on drugs. And this, as a parent, this is your responsibility. This is how I see it. And you lead by example. Also, I saw an advertising on the Olympics. You see this little girl with his father boxing, beautiful little girl, and is really into boxing and very happy to work out with dad and get prepared and all that. And then comes the McDonald's advertising that this is what the child should eat after hardest exercise, and they tell you that they are now much better quality meat. Yeah, it could be that it's better quality meat now, but it's still fried. What you should not give to your children. You should not give fried food to your children. So this is very upsetting. This advertising is very upsetting for me, and I hope for you too. I just don't understand. And if I would have a child, honestly, I would be seriously upset about that advertising. So, and there's also a film I wanted to recommend you called Whiplash. Whiplash is now on Netflix. I'm not sure if it's still on Redbox. You have to take a look at that. It's about strength and about the teacher and how a teacher can almost overdo it, but you will see, you understand the point that to be the best on the top of everything, you need to go much further than your borders are. You have to be much stronger than your borders, and you have to go through a lot of pain, and not everybody is ready for that. And I understand this film, you have to take a look at that, because this film is not only about the occupation. This is a musician who they are talking to, where the teacher brings it on the top. It's, you can really look at that from your whole life, or the life of your child, how to deal with that. Very interesting. Whiplash. My health tip for today I found in the Harvard Health Letter. Harvard Health Letter this month in August, and it says the following. Probably you knew that already, but I always like when they get proof for that. More evidence that a healthy lifestyle might help prevent cancer. Now, so many people around you have cancer. Why not just changing some things to try to prevent it? It says here the study is from May 19, 2016 in JAMA Oncology, and the doctors found that a healthy lifestyle can prevent 40% of cancer cases and 50% of cancer deaths in the United States. That's huge. That's a huge point. So really think about that. And when you see how people are suffering with their chemotherapy, really think about that. If it would not be a point to change your lifestyle to prevent cancer from your side. You cannot change your genes, but you can change a lot with your nutrition. And here are the habits what you should really accommodate. 150 minutes means 2.5 hours moderate intensity exercise per week. That's not a lot. That's seriously not a lot. Maintaining a body mass index between 18.5 and 27.5. I'm right now 23, so I'm in the good middle. No smoking and drinking, only in moderation. And that's just really every time the same. It's always the basics. Try to live like that. It's so worth it. And from here you can see the financial tip coming up here immediately. You can invest money in personal training now, in exercising or whatever you like to do to move, or you invest your money when you get sick into the doctor's office visits, in co-payments, and in part of chemotherapy. Your money you can spend it with more or less fun today, hopefully more fun today, and you stay healthy, or you invest your money in the future with doctors and hospitals. Think about it. And that's a huge finance tip. Believe me, it makes a huge difference in life when you go healthy through life. Reboot your health and wealth today. Today is the day to get started. Next Friday I'm on vacation, so I'm back in the beginning of September. See you then.